I'm Meryl, and I want to show you inside a FundaFunda web-based unit study so that you can see exactly what these are. Most of ours are designed for 4th through 8th grade, and this is a great time to get students familiar with working in an online environment, because when they get to high school, and definitely when they get to college, they're going to be doing many of their classes online, and they will be submitting work online, and for them to understand how this all works is a big bonus if they can start a little younger, when it doesn't matter and there aren't grades involved. So without further ado, let me take you and show you inside so that you can see what I'm talking about. We use Canvas as our LMS, Learning Management System. I'm showing you the teacher view, but the view that your children will get will be very similar. When they come in, you can see they will always access it, clicking on modules, and here we have the introduction and we have 4 modules. FundaFunda's unit studies are always 4 modules. At the beginning, we explain what it is, and we give them a chance to set up a username and to enter it over here. And we explain all this in detail, but the bottom line is up to 4 students in a family can take one of our unit studies. And so we want to give you a chance to pick a username for your family, and then whenever the students actually submit work, they will use their username. And if you, for instance, are the Smith family, your first child will be Smith 1, the next one Smith 2, etc. And that way, when we pick who wins the prizes at the end, you will know who we're talking about if we say Smith 3 1. Now, in each module, which each module obviously would have a theme. So here, this one is World War II, Who's Who in World War II is the unit study. And I have 4 modules: the leaders, the heroes and spies, the fighters, and the people at home. And in each module, there are different assignments, and your children can take as long or as short as they like over each assignment. These are designed so that they could last about a week, but really they could do them all in one day, and you could do an entire unit study in a week. Or you could take one a day and make it go longer. It's whatever works for your family. So here you'll see we start off, and I have a website for them to read, and then there's a quiz for them to do to see how they've learned that. Here there is a fun video. The next one here has a game. So you can see they're all about the leaders, but different things. Again, here are 2 more videos for them to watch. Here is another quiz. And then you'll see there's the module project, and at the end of each module there is always some sort of a project. Here I have asked them to use the website Story Jumper, which is an easy way to create an ebook, and to make an ebook on one of the World War II leaders. I give them some examples of how to do that. When they're finished, they're going to go onto this Padlet. Padlet is like a big pinboard. You can see there are none on. This one is a fresh, oh wait, there's one on here. And here students will just double click and they will put the link, and automatically will show up here at the end of the summer or the end of the fall or end of the spring. We do it those 3 times. We will come in here and select the best ones, depending on how many students there are in a class, depending on how many kids eventually get prizes. But we do try to give about, I think it's about 15% of the money we get in, we give away on prizes. So when they're finished, they would then go on to the next module. Let me just go back to modules here. And as I said, you have access to this. We leave students in these for about a year, but we do pick the prize winners 3 times in a year. You can see here again, we have the different heroes and spies. There are different things to do. Again, there are, it'll be a mixture of games, interactive websites. We try and mix it up so it's not boring. Sometimes they're reading things. And then at the end here, you can see this project is to create their own code. This one here, they create a war memorial. And you can see we look at the different fighters. There's some very cool videos to watch. And then finally we look at the people at home, and Frank's house. They actually walk around a replica of her house. We'll kind of click on things and see what her home was like. Again, here they get some idea of what it was like to be a child evacuee. They work through a little story about that. Over here you have the chance of baking a World War II recipe. So although this is web-based, doesn't mean it's always on the web, and we do sometimes actually give you things that you can do at home. Obviously, if you don't want to do this, you just move right on, just mark done, and they can move right on. But it does give them some idea. I think that's a game, and they're a history detective. And finally, they write a letter from an evacuee based on all this. So it is a fun way to study a topic as a family and do it in a slightly different way. And I hope this has given you some idea as to what to expect in unit study. Obviously, each one, as they're on different topics, will be slightly different as to how they look. But we hope that you try some of them out.